It won't make that mistake.
Okay, it is Tuesday, February 5th, 2019. We'll call the meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any minutes or reports received and filed?
January 2019 clerk fees, recorder fees, and sheriff fees filed, and then January 2019 auditor's report filed.
Okay. Commissioner Committee liaison reports, upcoming meetings and events.
We've got the county commissioners annual training tomorrow, Thursday, Friday. Home Builders Association legislative day is tomorrow as well. Cole County Communities is Thursday morning. We got our annual dinner for the Cole County Extension Thursday evening. I think y'all should have both got invites. So
yeah, I declined.
Okay, just making sure y'all got them. Got our Renegades Coffee Friday morning, radio Friday morning.
No, we postponed that till the 15th because
Okay.
we have to be in Columbia early to get our diplomas. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a diploma.
Sure it is.
No, it's not.
Dixon City Convention Visitors Bureau Athletic Events fundraiser is Friday night. It's usually a good time. I don't know, they might be sold out too. So, that's about it until next week.
So ham and bean luncheon dinner is Wednesday, sleep board meeting Wednesday at 11:30. Set up a meeting with Biodiesel and Charlie Poster for Public Works at 2 on Wednesday. Then I'm gonna meet Charlie later that day. Let's see what else there.
Okay.
Our
Yep.
Port Authority meeting on next Tuesday at 7:30.
Mhm.
When is that MPAA? Is that tomorrow? The
It's
reserve
today.
board? That's today.
Today.
Okay.
This morning. Should be back this afternoon.
Is that just a one-day thing?
I thought Rick Mahilovich had said it was today and tomorrow.
Okay.
It was in that email that he sent.
The one we never got an invite to?
Yeah.
February 5th and 6th, okay.
Okay.
Yep, it was in there.
Uh,
Guess if we want to get invited, we got to invite ourselves, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I've got all that ham and beans too. Or you can put that down on ice and it'll melt it.
Well, it goes all dinner. It goes into dinner too.
Yeah,
Doesn't it?
yeah. So
Is it
it's
like 7 or something?
Yeah, till 7. Friday is United Way recognition dinner. I can't go, but Kristen's going to represent us. Saturday's the Heart Ball. I'm going to that. Sunday, you left off St. Stanislaus's Country Ham Breakfast.
Yeah, I don't have that on my calendar. I got
Yeah.
to work it and I didn't have
Yeah.
it on there.
And then Sunday afternoon, the Historic City of Jefferson is opening the St. Mary's 1904 time capsule. I'm going to go to that. I want
Yeah, I got
to
that.
kind of see what
invitation,
that is. I think that sounds kind of neat. And yeah, KWAS, we postponed it till the 15th because figure we got to go over to Columbia early. So that's all I've got. Any commission comments? Bids and contracts, sole source approval, 2019-SS01, CNC Group HVAC automation controls.
This is for service and maintenance on the heating and air at the law enforcement center. There's proprietary software in place where the building was built. Any questions, Greg can field for you. Otherwise, we're asking you to approve this as a sole source.
just the controls, or
Yeah, it's just a control number.
you having to replace them all, or just parts, or what?
Parts, pieces, yeah, it's proprietary to their software and no way around it.
Guys got any questions?
No, good with it.
I move that we approve the sole source for CNC Group.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Renewal of 2017-41 R1 Pest Management Services.
Mike's Pest Control does our bug spraying around here. This would be the second year under this contract, the first renewal. Prices are the same. So looking for approval to renew that contract.
Good with that?
Yep.
I move that we approve renewal 2 for pest management services.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do we have any unfinished business? New business, accounts payable review.
There's no accounts payable today.
Okay. Discussion of old health department property.
So I kind of put this on the agenda just to kind of keep it in the back of your minds, what we want to do with that building now that it's empty. We did bring up, and I think that's why Greg's here, is the possibility of what to do with the generator that's at that building. Jennifer's been working on getting rid of the rest of the property inside of the building, but that generator's outside and we're not exactly sure what the possibilities to do with it are. We thought maybe it could be moved to juvenile. I don't know.
Once it can go,
Is it big enough to,
it's big enough to run what we need to put on it,
Is the type of power that will produce equivalent? I mean, is it,
It's 208.
but don't they have, I mean, I'm ignorant of all that, but somebody was talking about 3-phase down there.
Three-phase 208, yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense to,
And there's a pad there already. So
Did we put them tails on there a couple of years ago?
No.
We talked about it,
we talked about it,
and then that had to keep it from kicking electric back in, and
yeah, and we'd have to go to a transfer switch and all that.
What's the power source on that generator? Is it propane?
Yeah, natural gas.
Oh, natural?
I mean, I think it makes sense to put it over there.
We got
Figure out what
natural
the
gas
cost is
there,
gonna be.
or
Yep, got plenty.
now that you eliminated the other
Yeah,
heat source?
yep.
so I guess the other question that comes with that is the pigtails for the building at juvenile that we haven't put in yet. Is that something we definitely want to do?
We wouldn't do pigtails, we'd have to do transfer switch.
Right, we'd have to hardwire it in.
Yeah.
So whatever we gotta do to hook it up, do we know? I don't remember what the cost was on that. We were just
Well-
doing, we were doing pigtails, or just a transfer switch.
We were doing a transfer switch with pigtails, and then
Okay, so now we just have the transfer switch wired up, it's there, it's ready to
yeah,
go.
it'd be an automatic transfer switch over.
I think it makes sense to put it over there, get some cost together on it.
So why does it need to be an automatic transfer switch?
It switches automatically when it drops power, it'll bring it actually fires the generator up, turns it on.
So my question again is, why does it need to be automatic? I mean,
Some of those kids are secure, aren't they?
Yeah, the kids are all secure, but what I'm talking about the automatic is, all right, power drops off, it fires the generator, switches the load automatically, so nobody has to go out there and switch the handle. When the power comes on back to the building, it automatically transfers back over to the city power.
right, I get how it works. I mean, I'm just saying, the power goes off, the building's still secure, everything's okay, refrigerators are fine, everything's good for probably an hour or more. Somebody goes out, flips the switch, turns it on. I mean, if power goes out, thing kicks on, now it's kicking back off and everything else. Now we got an automatic switch that may fail. I mean, automatic stuff, I don't like it. I like levers. They don't fail. So I just think that we ought to look at both. I mean, obviously
that's
we'd
fine
have
looking
to,
at both. How's it set, I mean, isn't the generator set up that way though, already?
Generator's already set up for automatic, yeah.
So it's already set up for that, so there's not gonna be a,
but
Different.
is the switch already on the generator or?
It's actually in two spots, so you got the CT reader that reads the voltage coming into the building from the main power supply. And if it sees a drop in voltage, it automatically flips the generator switch and starts the.
So is there a switch on the health building that we could take with it?
Yeah, we probably could take the transfer switch out, put a wire.
so is it gonna be inside or outside or what? I mean, when it happens, if you got kids over there, and maybe only one person on staff at night that is gonna be able to do it, they're gonna have a whole lot of things going on at once, and, you know, if they don't know exactly what to do, could make it worse. So, I mean, I'm fine with it being the automatic. I know there's things that can go wrong with it, but
Yeah, I'm fine with doing it automatically. I'm like you, if.
Were you struggling to agree
No,
with me?
No, we got, well, we've got, you know, I'm always amazed at when Michael's pay farms come through and, you know, we've got, how we get people to work over there for $10 an hour. I think if you tell them they've got to go out and flip a switch.
Well, I mean, if it's
Yeah,
inside, it's
yeah.
not like you're in the middle of a storm and getting hailed on to go
Yeah,
turn it on. It's not
I
like it
think
has
if-
to be right then and there, but I think with the situation over there, you may only have one person on staff and a lot of stuff's gonna be going on if that happens.
If it's set up for automatic already,
Just get us the price and see what it's gonna cost to get it over there. And if we wanna look at putting it on a switch, we can. But that'd probably be outside on the generator, wouldn't it?
I would think it'd all be outside on the end generator. I mean, obviously, if we already have another switch, that makes it easy, but, anyway. I just know, you know, from budget time, the single most budget that keeps growing with very little revenue is juvenile. So, you know, be careful what you wish for over there because you're gonna have a huge liability, and it's one of the most expensive ones to run, more so than a law enforcement center.
well, he's already talked about, you know, we've got more juveniles that are in the cells because you've got 14-year-olds and 12-year-olds that are, you know, shooting people and doing everything else. It was full, yeah, and so, you know, Michael came and made us aware that, you know, when we're full, then we have to take them somewhere else because we can't put them over here at the jail until they're, you know, 16-year-olds, I guess, they try them as adults, and we move them over here. But, yeah, we're full a lot. So,
We're never empty, so I mean, you have to have some kind of generator in place there or have pigtails to where we can pull something in there. It's not something that's gotta come on right away. I mean, even at this point, we don't have anything over there, and even if we had pigtails, we'd have to get one of the generators,
Right.
pull it over there, and like I said, it's gonna be an hour.
Right, yeah, it's
And
probably gonna be more like 12 by the
Yeah.
time you get
I'd
somebody
take the-
called and.
I'd take the over on it. So.
So do you guys wanna bid that electrical work again, try and get that generator moved?
It's gonna be both electrical and a contractor with a crane truck to pick it up and move it. Make some calls and see if I can.
Public Works has a crane truck. How heavy is that thing?
Probably 10,000.
Hmm.
I don't know if their crane truck could get it out.
Is that thing that big? I don't remember it being that big.
I think we need to take a look at the generator before we, I mean, if it's that large, I mean, you think it'd be able to go back in that area by the power room?
Gotta go with the old air conditioning unit used to sit in that location.
How will we get power into that room and into the generator to tie it?
We can trench it, and come up inside the mechanical room right there.
So bore it?
Well, then we can just backhoe across there, dig it, cut the concrete, and just go right in.
So we're probably talking electrical and some plumbing for natural gas and.
Which a lot, I mean, you.
One contractor could be the prime though, I mean, electrical could be the prime or the
Yeah.
whatever, so they can get a crane truck if they need it, or Meyer may have one, or somebody else may have one that could do it, or you could hire it out.
Like I said, we can put it out there, move gen set from here to here, and install.
We've talked about a generator as long as I can remember.
Has that generator been tested? And
Okay.
it has been, and everything's working fine?
Yep.
Maintenance contract on that, or?
Had one up till, January 1st. I canceled it January 1st, because just paying for anything if we didn't, I didn't know what we were doing.
What was the cost on that, you know?
Complete service and everything, around $1,000
A year?
a year.
So you guys wanna bid it, or?
It's the other option, just sell it, auction it, get rid of it.
Leave it there
And then-
for the next owner, but
So we can leave it there, sell it with the building, if we're selling the building. Sell it outright. Get some
Yeah.
bids and see what it's gonna cost to put over there at the Pringer. Decide if we wanna bite the bullet. So, I mean, you can get us a pretty good idea though, couldn't you, Greg? Before we go out the bid process, go through all that and then say, oh, well, never mind, we're not gonna do it.
I'd hate to try it. I don't know exactly what they had, what wire size and everything else to run in. I'd say probably estimating yes, between 45 and 55, somewhere in there. Set it, hook it
I mean, you
up
can
there.
call an electrician, one of them that you work with a lot, and just get a ballpark figure.
Yeah, I work with two of them, yeah.
And, I mean, I don't want them being too conservative on it. I'd rather expect the worst, give us a worst case scenario. I mean, if it's 10, it's 10. If it's under, then I'd rather have a bill for less.
Yeah.
But get us some ballpark and figure out how much we're wanting to spend on it. Cause I don't think that 5,000 would be out of question on it. To get it moved over there and hooked up, I think would be a pretty good price.
He's talking 45,000.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's way too high. To move
That's-
that?
Time you gotta hook it from over there, hook everything, move everything.
The pigtails were over 30.
I was gonna say,
So-
we were 35 maybe, the last time.
But this would basically be that, except for you're just gonna hook it into it, and I guess you'd have some cost of moving it. Still gonna knock you up to 40 or 50, wouldn't it? Good lord. Don't be reaching for the soap, boys. Oh, okay, let me think about this one.
yeah, if that's the case, then I'm not.
Yeah,
So,
because we're gonna have to talk about another generator too, so.
So I think that's the last kind of piece before you decide what you wanna do with the building itself. If you wanna list it or,
Well, I think that's kind of a, I mean, we can either sell it as is with it, or we can take it and put it somewhere else or use it somewhere. So,
We could sell it to IT and,
sell it to IT, yeah, he don't have any money.
Some little room heaters he's using apparently. You can blame him on that. You can blame him on that one. Nope. Yeah, don't worry about anything now. We'll just, next week, let's talk about it.
so you want it back on the agenda next week
Mhm.
and Greg try to find out some costs for you.
Yeah, I didn't remember the pigtail. I knew they were expensive, but I didn't remember
No,
them being that much.
that's,
Get my
The,
maintenance file here, the Greg file.
So as far as the old health building, I mean, do we wanna try to list it? Do we wanna get rid of it? Do we wanna sell it as two different parcels? Or do we wanna engage a realtor or something to look at that? Because I mean, there's a pretty good lot, that's a parking lot, that could have some value to somebody. And then there's the building with a decent sized parking lot, but all depends on what people would need to do to.
I'd entertain bids for either one of them altogether or a portion of it. I don't know who else over there would be interested in that parking lot. Think
So-
DeLong's would be interested in it at all?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, or as a vacant lot and, you know, somebody could put houses on it or whatever. So, you're wanting to bid that, or you wanna engage a realtor to list it, or?
Do we have any other use for it? I know at one time you were talking about maybe moving some stuff over there, some offices or something. I wasn't crazy about moving it off-site here or off the campus.
Well, I think that, that plays into a little bit of discussion that we need to look at, we need to have maybe a standalone meeting or something that we need to look at long-range plan, because we have space issues right now, and we're gonna have more space issues in the next 5 to 10 years. And so to think that we're gonna try to stay as small as we can so that our costs don't keep going up, but we are gonna have to expand at some point. So, so before we sell a building and take 50 cents on the dollar of what we got in it or whatever, we need to really have some thoughtful discussion about what we could use it for, what, you know.
yeah, I don't know one of the TV stations called yesterday because they were looking at our agenda and they said, well, we had heard that maybe you'd move the public administrator over there. And I said, no. I said, I had talked to, but you know, they said they need to be close to the courthouse, they need to be close to their clients, and
Public administrator or public defender?
public defender, I mean, yeah. And
I figured you'd been talking to them since that's what I heard on the news this morning.
no, I didn't. Yeah, they said no, but I can't see anything. I think if we're gonna do anything, I think, you know, Jeff talks about taking the old jail down and putting that addition on there. To me, that actually makes the most sense. Because it's accessible to all the other county offices. So we just gotta find the money to do it.
Right.
Well, right now, we're using it for storage for the clerk a little bit. So,
The old jail or
no.
the health department building?
Department,
Old health?
old health. Right? We got some stuff stored.
I thought they were gonna use the new health department.
I was gonna say, I don't think there's anything stored at
Oh,
the
it's
old at the
new?
moment.
Okay.
Yeah,
My
we had,
understanding was after we had the sale, that it's pretty well empty.
Cubicles.
Because I know
Yeah.
Judy's,
Whatever needs to be emptied out still.
Judy's moving her, from her storage unit over to the new health department. And,
yeah, the clerk's got a space across the street.
It was Judy's that was going over there.
Yeah, Judy.
Okay.
Well, so, I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, obviously, if we're gonna add another courtroom, we're gonna add a judge, we're gonna add his staff, but keep in mind, when you start adding those things and you start running through more cases, you're gonna need more prosecutors, you're gonna need more public defenders, and so that's exactly what I'm talking about. You're growing in population and you're growing in people that all need space. So you know, you build 4 floors, you probably ought to build 6, because you're gonna need them at some point. So $4 million just went to $5 or $6 million, and, I mean, you're running out of land here too. I mean, once that's done, we gotta find another spot, or you gotta move away from downtown with other offices.
Guess we could move our offices over there. We don't necessarily have to be here. Everybody'd hate to see us leave.
I would definitely spend more time traveling across town then.
As long as you bring cinnamon rolls, we're fine.
Well, he's gotta go by there on the way to the new health department building anyway.
He's gotta go behind my office to go to the sheriff's department. He never stops at my office. Think he'll stop at yours?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you need to buy him a T-shirt.
What makes you guys think I'm a sheriff's man?
So maybe give it some thought. We'll put it back on the agenda next week, talk about the generator stuff, and you guys can kind of mull over what your thoughts are about the health department building.
Good. Yeah,
I agree, if we keep it, we're not gonna find any place for that price, if we wanna move something there.
right. I mean, so it's just,
But I don't think we need to grow. If they wanna add some public defenders and stuff, then, okay, that's fine to add them, but you're gonna have about 4 cubicles over there that they're gonna have to work within.
true.
You
But I
gotta
mean,
give them space, it doesn't say how much.
Well, Justin was saying in the future that perchance, because I guess he represents 4 counties. I think he's Miller, Montauk. And in the future, they're talking about perhaps they will have a public defender in each one of those counties. So his staff would actually shrink a little bit, so.
Well, so, and you say that, I mean, obviously more cases, more prosecutors. What's the judge need? He needs a marshal. So, you know, I mean, it keeps going. I mean, you know, it sounds easy. Well, we're just adding a judge. Well, that's not just all you're adding. I mean, you're adding support staff and everything else. So, I mean, these people need a place to at least sit down. I mean, I'm not saying they need a huge space, but you know, we all used to be over in this building over here. Okay, that was it. Well, look at us now. So, and the sheriff used to be over there too. So, take away the Carnegie and take away this building and take away the law enforcement building, and that's how much we've grown in the past 30 years. That's pretty substantial. Anyway, it's just something to think about. I mean, I'm with you. I don't want to see us grow either, but at the same time, we can't rely on people like Brian to do it all by himself, and we had to add an IT person. I mean, so, you know, we're talking about engaging a human resources person, and maybe that's a contractual person, but at some point we're going to have a human resources person. I mean, we got too many employees to not have a human resources person. So, and then, you know, every year Judy wanted more people, and, you know, so Chris wants more people. So
Craig wants more people.
When we get more buildings, you'll need more people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've got a bigger building right now, and I
Yeah.
mean, he's, you know, we're looking to possibly, you know, have someone mow the grass out there, or, you know, do some other means there. But I mean, those are decisions that we have to make, but it all requires more help.
I don't know if this is my form or not, but, I mean, is that a possible location to go to the health department? Is that a possible location for the IT department? And the reason why I say that is, the only reason why I say that is because we're looking at, you know, a construction over, you know, possibly of a new sheriff's building. And we're looking at getting space. I mean, I don't know, I thought I'd throw that out there. I mean, I'm not saying that's the thing to do, I'm just saying, you guys are just kind of thinking about stuff. I got a generator over there now. I got plenty of power. Just,
Sure,
just an idea.
Bless you.
but I don't know, could we run everything in these buildings here from over there?
Sure.
We'll have to chat more about that, 'cause.
Like I said, I'm not, I just,
Right, no, I get it.
yeah.
So we could run the phones from over there.
So pretty much it would be the, over plan would be the sheriff's office. We would just do out of the health department location.
Let's just do a meeting specifically on that, because we can talk for hours on
Okay.
that and throw some ideas together.
You wanna talk about the health department and possibly long-range plan for county?
Figure out where the money's gonna come from.
Well, I'm not
Because
talking,
if-
I mean, I don't really want it to be, I mean, about the money. I mean, obviously, you know, short term, but I want it to be more about, I mean,
Well-
obviously health department, but what is the long range, or what is a 5 to 10 year plan? And maybe taking a look at some of our big projects here and trying to figure out how we're gonna get some of these big projects done, in the next 5 to 10 years. And so I mean, if we don't start planning for them now, they're not gonna happen unless we dramatically don't spend any money and we save so that we can knock some of these big projects out. And I'm not sure that we can afford to do that. But there may be some type of a funding plan or something that we could come up with to bond these or something and pay for them out of our portion of the sales tax or whatever that might be. But we got 2 more years in the, maybe 3 more years in this 5-year sales tax. So anyway, I just think we got a lot of needs still here. We've gotten a lot of things done. There's still a lot of needs with the courthouse and the heating and cooling here.
Well,
And so,
it's gonna cost $50,000 to move that generator.
Yeah, that's,
Then just get rid of it or sell it with the building.
no, that's not.
If we
Right.
sell the building. If you wanna sell the building, then I think don't have necessarily somebody listed. You put on there that you will pay a realtor fee, a seller's agent fee, if somebody wants to do it. But I mean, we gotta decide if we're gonna sell it first. There's a bunch of different options on that.
If y'all do have a long-range planning meeting, I would ask that you put together elected officials. you know.
But then things get really messy there. You all wanna talk and have opinions and stuff, and you know how we are. We don't, no, I agree with you. I'm just teasing you. I'd say definitely we'd have y'all involved with it.
We can never move you because this is where people come to pay their taxes. And if we moved you out of here, we,
Well, you'd have more room. You'd
I
make people
disagree.
Congested here. You'd
I
move them out of the
disagree.
way so there's not so much stuff going here. Get
I mean,
him and the assessor closer together too.
if you moved the bank, people would figure out where it's at to go pay or go get their money, so. And I mean, how many people paid online this year or, paid over the phone? Have any idea?
I can get you that number. We took in about $3.5 million online and on the phone.
It
I would say
continues to increase every year.
We currently use the lockbox service for mail-in payments, and that was about 25,000 of our
substantial.
Yes.
So, I mean, a lot of people are still gonna wanna come
Yeah,
make their payments, but,
Yeah.
you know, when you send a notice, you know, you could put it on there in big letters that, hey, we've moved.
That doesn't work. We put information on the whole back of the bill the last couple of years.
I get it.
Never turn it over to read the information.
I didn't read it, no.
So you guys wanna get with Melody on a date that works for you or something?
So what do you guys wanna do? We can talk about the old health department building next week, I mean, but, you know, I really wanna have that discussion in with the long-range plan discussion, because, I mean, to me, they go hand in hand.
I'd say for now, Greg, don't worry about the moving the generator or getting any more pricing together. I was trying to find the old email on that. There was just some deal with the 600 versus 800 amp and stuff. I didn't have the pricing on it, so whatever I did with that, but we got an idea.
Next week, we start an hour later.
No, we're not gonna do it at the regular meeting. It's gonna have to be a
Yeah, it's
standalone
gonna,
meeting.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, we'll get some kind of date on that.
Question to me on the juvenile, are there any state funds for that at all? Or is that all county funds? And I'm thinking about some of the grants for USDA.
Well, isn't USDA mostly low, interest loans?
Yeah, but there's state, I didn't know if there's state money on that, or I never have known, but I just
Yeah.
never think about it.
I don't know, I mean, that's gonna be one of the items that I'm gonna talk to our legislative group about getting more funding
So
for
we need to get
that.
with Victory Group on that. And
Yeah, I think Judge.
Yep,
so you got a list going that, you wanna add that too, or that's
Yeah.
already on there?
yeah, I reached out to
There's funds out there for some of that.
several of them,
I
and
think
Bill, I
Judge
need to
Bino's
talk to you
kind of
after
the
the meeting or
judge
something too.
For, it's called mitigation grant.
So,
Happy to write it, we can find out. I'll check.
okay. Well, I'll narrow these two down and we'll get with Melody.
I was gonna say, just get with her and set up your date.
Okay. Okay. First reading of budget adjustment number 1.
This is the first reading. It's additional funding for the public health emergency preparedness grant that the health department has. They got some additional funding for one time. This is just the first reading, $6,192.16. We'll hold it for 10 days.
That was just emergency preparedness.
Might
It's-
add on that, we have an Elliott card system for your IDs, and most of this is the contract services and supplies for that.
Okay.
So taken out of our budget, they will get that, so we just get that.
So they have what they call bioterrorism is kind of what we name it, and they get
Whole county uses it.
right. They get funding annually, but this was some additional funding one time this year. That's gonna.
Good, good. Okay,
Okay.
so it sits for 10 days, is that right?
Yeah, this is just the first reading.
Okay. Discussion of secure tech.
I thought Donnie was gonna be here.
Oh,
We're
yeah, I
supposed to
gotta text him here.
What
He's
else we
coming
got on
over.
there? We can just wait until he gets here.
Just one other one that Debbie left is, an invoice from the pediatric hand tubby for EMS. I think they had some additional equipment, that they needed. Is it okay for it to come out of capital? Have they talked to you?
Like $400, wasn't it?
It's $621.67.
Okay. Yeah, I was good with it. So,
Yeah, I was too.
Okay. She just wanted to verify.
Yep.
I didn't think it was 621.
I thought it was closer to 400.
Well, they
Yeah.
had another item
That was
that
like
was
400.
some straps for the
That's fine, I
pediatric
mean,
stuff
yeah,
in.
so,
Just-
yeah.
Yeah.
But since all the rest of that was bid, then we don't have to worry about that being over the money amount.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my only question, and I didn't email back about that, but I thought there was something else too, that
Yeah, Debbie had sent us something, and so,
there was a minor amount, but just-
hey, Donnie, that was quick.
Yeah. Did you run? Did you take one of those scooters?
Move over next door here.
do this if we could. I think it's good for the company to come back in, recheck everything and test it again. Because it's been a couple of years since we've had them come in and look at it.
What are we talking about here, Donnie?
Panic
Sorry.
buttons.
Panic buttons, okay.
We
Sorry,
don't have it attached to the,
yeah.
So we purchased the system in 2013. It
Okay.
had a 2-year warranty on it. We've
Okay.
come out of that warranty, but we're thinking that would be a good idea to re-up our warranty and have them come in and
We-
check everything.
We've changed the batteries and just stuff like that the last couple of years, but it's good to have the company come back in and check it all over again and retest all of them while they're here.
so what's that cost?
$2,209.
I think that was the whole thing.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, hang on.
So what do they test, just to make sure they work? And
Yeah.
then the batteries?
Yeah,
And
well,
then
the
does that-
the batteries are $360. And then, we have wall rechargeable battery. They're putting a new battery in the walkie-talkies on the wall. Service and test the system is $775. And the warranty is $965, a 2-year extension on the warranty.
And that covers the brain,
Yes, sir.
so.
So you said something about walkie-talkies on the wall?
There's a walkie-talkie in the treasurer's office back here. That's the one that actually operates it. When you hit the button, it's once it sends out the alert.
Oh, so it's a mobile
Yeah.
alert? Okay.
Yep. You also get it on your text, but you also have it on.
Why is it in the treasurer's office?
That was the highest place we could get it up at the time.
Okay.
To get it in there.
That's where the old one
Old was
wired
that, yeah.
to.
And there's a tent on the roof.
Okay. That's good.
Did we have that in the budget?
These are the panic
I didn't
buttons
put it in there.
we have, like we have in our office.
Yes.
How much is the total cost?
$2,209. That's counting almost $1,000 for a 2-year warranty.
That's $600 worth of batteries too.
You gonna pay for that, Larry?
Yeah,
Thank you.
I probably have more of the buttons in my office than anybody else.
We appreciate that, so you're good?
I think we ought to give him the walkie-talkie.
By the time we turn around and had somebody go through and change all the batteries, we're gonna spend a
Yeah.
lot of time. This way, if something goes wrong, we call them and tell them, hey, they're jacked up.
Yeah.
What you get for speaking up?
Appreciate that.
Larry.
Thank you. Yeah, maybe we ought to move him over there in the old health department. He could.
Okay, so a couple items that didn't get on the agenda this week. Obviously evaluations, so we'll move that to next week and do that in closed session. And then the sales tax discussion. Do we want to do that? I mean, we're going to start late next Tuesday. Do we want to start another agenda? I mean, I think something that could cross over would be sales tax projects, long-range plan, old health department building. To me, they all three go together, so. I mean, I don't disagree. I'd like to see this get built here, but we need to have a plan. And, I mean, it ain't gonna get built this year, probably won't get built next year, but, I mean, if it's 3 years out, we need to have some kind of a plan. And we either need to start saving some money, and we never set aside, I thought at one point we set aside some dollars for that, but.
I think you just spent them on the health department building.
Oh, okay.
So yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you did. You spent it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yes, we were trying to set aside
Right.
some funds. We had somewhere between 1.5 and 2, but you spent the 1.5 on the health department building.
Right.
Plus we did the windows and stuff,
Sure,
so.
okay. But,
Well, I think they need to be standing on meetings, because we get in here and we start making sausage and we're here till noon.
I get it.
I start getting hangry. My Snickers is already gone, so.
There's some healthy
But-
snacks out there maybe, unless they.
I had bananas more than body's kind of
I got,
rejecting
here, I
it.
got some too.
So, I just, if we're gonna do it, we have a couple meetings, and we wanna invite the other elected officials too, and
Okay.
get some input on, I mean, everybody's always short of room, it seems like,
Right.
so.
So do we want to set that? I mean, so we're supposed to meet with the governor next week. I mean, maybe we could push it off for a couple weeks.
Doesn't matter to me. Got
So
meetings left and right.
what's the 20th look like, or the 18th, or?
20th is bad, we got Campo and Mac board meeting that day. Thursday,
We off for
21st.
President's Day, or is that a holiday here? That'd be a great day to do it.
You do Friday the 21st,
I'm all for it.
Thursday's the 21st.
or
Right?
Thursday, I mean. Yeah.
I could do it later that day. I'm supposed to have a road and bridge advisory meeting in the morning, but,
21st,
yeah.
you can do it like from 3 to 4:30 if you want to then.
I think we needs to be for longer than that. Sorry.
2:30 to 4:30?
Yeah, we can try that. That work for you?
Yep,
Okay,
set
I'll
it
have
up.
Melody set it up. So Friday the 21st, 2:30 to 4:30, invite all the elected officials, and it'll be long-range planning meeting.
We'll try to figure out if we can set up some kind of an agenda or something to kind of have some direction with it, because otherwise it's gonna be a shit show.
Okay.
Oops, I mean a poop show.
Okay, they'll
That's
have
what
a
it's
drink, they'll
gonna
take a
be.
drink upstairs.
If it's just an open meeting and talk about what everybody wants, then maybe that's what the first one's gonna be, I don't know.
Well, I think give them an opportunity to weigh in. I'll try to get something put together so that they could maybe you could chime in on this, Larry, but I don't know what you think, but just maybe you guys come in and talk about maybe what your needs might be over the next 5 to 10 years, or whatever, and kind of.
I'd even go longer than that. I'd say in the next, what are the things you're most pressing, maybe 2 to 5 years, and maybe 5 to 10, and then even 10 to 20. You know, it's hard to see exactly what's gonna happen, but, I mean, there's a
Right.
lot of things, just talking about with the collector, having the assessor and collector in the same building is just one of them that
That
was,
needs to happen.
yeah, that needed to be addressed and stuff.
Health
so.
Department.
I tried that here a number of years ago. That building's still standing too. But
I knew that was gonna come up. No, I mean, it's an option, it's obviously an option.
Right.
But it's gonna depend on what priorities everybody has and which ones need to happen
Right.
first, cause that courtroom on the back there is,
Right,
I
but-
think that needs to be a priority
But
too.
in the grand-
Also getting the collector and assessor
in
together,
the
I
grand
think
scheme
would
of
be.
things, and, I mean, we don't need to talk about it, but here's the courtroom, and everybody else goes somewhere else.
I thought about that too.
So-
That's
Move
what I
our
thought,
office.
no, I
So-
said that.
I mean, so $4 million, what can you buy for $4
There's
million
big
to
enough room
house
for a
everybody
divorce
else?
court.
So, anyway, you already got security here and everything else, so.
That's what I've said.
Use a closet for that.
Anyway, but I mean, those are discussions that need to happen. I mean, it's nice being down here, but you're out of space. So, I mean, we talk about buying more parking and everything else, and there's limited amount of space
Oh,
here.
the new judge is going to a parking place. Sorry, Sam.
You're in charge of that.
Guess where you're parking? Down the pit?
No, then I'll just take over the one next to me.
Larry just paid for the warranty thing, so
I'll just
I
take over
can't
the
take
one
his
to the,
spot.
take over the one to the
Sorry,
right of
Brian.
me. Greg, would you just move my place one down to the right?
Sure.
Okay.
Just start walking with a limp, you can park in the handicap one. You already had cast
See,
on.
if you move it all of them down to the right, that means, gee, Jennifer, where are you gonna park?
She should not have left the room. Well, we got plenty of.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got some direction on that. What else you got? We're almost gonna be out of here by 10 o'clock.
Right.
One of those spaces is empty an awful lot of the time. Between me and Kristen. We're not gonna say who, we're just gonna say it's empty an awful lot of the time.
Did you have a bicentennial meeting?
Yeah, I was gonna give an update on that.
Okay.
We had one, Callaway County and Boone County have been coming. We are going to have another meeting on February 28th. We're kicking everything off. Our birthday is November 16th. So we're on April 16th, we're gonna bring fourth graders of the classes that come to the Capitol. So we're gonna pick 2 fourth grade classes from each county. And they're gonna do we're asking the schools to do a project called Looking Backward, Looking Forward. And they can do, it can be art, it can be essay, it can be anything. But we will select 2 fourth grade classes from Cole County. Boone County will select 2.
So is there gonna be a contest between all the fourth grade?
And then
Okay.
they will come to Jefferson City. Mrs. Parson is big on the kids, so she will host something in the mansion. They will go to the Capitol. They will go to the Supreme Court. Boone County's each county's kind of doing their own thing the rest of the year. So we're talking about trying to go out to all of our communities and perhaps during the parish picnics and do things. But they decided that the finale will be November 16th with the gala in the Capitol. And I had nothing to do with this, but it is going to be a black tie gala, and they want to charge $100 a person.
Holy cow.
And
How much?
Not going.
$100 a person?
so each county is
$100 a person?
Yeah, each county is going to invite like
I'm
300,
gonna have to get my
350 people.
Tux dry cleaned?
Yeah.
By then?
Yeah, and what we will
Kill
do
'em, make
then,
smalls.
we will end our bicentennial, we will pass on something to Governor Parson, because then the state's bicentennial kicks in. So,
So are all 3 of our birthdays the same? Callaway,
Yeah,
Boone,
yeah.
and Cole? They're all
yeah,
November 16th?
16th, yes.
Okay.
So.
I know Mark said that they were,
And we
Same.
have a committee created. I think Doug Reese, he's been in Florida for a month or something. And Vic Rackers wants to be on it. We need somebody, I've talked to Paul LePage, he's gonna be kind of like honorary chairperson.
well, I know I've been asked to get a hold of the other small towns and communities in the Eastern District to find somebody to kind of be a liaison and to see how much they want to be involved. So we'll get hold of St. Thomas,
Pee Wee had
Taos,
said he'd like to
Warrensville,
be
probably
involved.
Eugene.
Yeah.
I figure I'd throw the invite out to each town's mayor and kind of
Yeah.
let them, and if they want to let Pee Wee do it, then that's great.
So what are you gonna do for $100 a person at the Capitol? That's
They're gonna
ridiculous.
They're gonna have heavy hors d'oeuvres, wine, beer.
Do you know that you're gonna exclude 90% of the people in
Oh,
Cole
I know.
County because it's $100 a person?
My
I mean,
thought was
let's have a barbecue.
You invite the mayors. Well, see, that's what we might do during our own bicentennial. I was thinking, you
For
could
us
do
poor
something
folk?
out at Necamp Park, you could do something at County Park. Janet Thompson, we were talking about funding, and Callaway County hasn't funded any money to cover the bicentennial, so I said, well, we're doing $25,000. Boone County is doing $25,000 this year and $50,000 next year for the bicentennial.
Well, now, we put 25,000 in the budget, but I didn't think we
Yeah.
put 25,000 in there for
I don't think it was-
bicentennial.
I don't think it was 25,000. I think it was 12,500.
Per year, this year and next year. Yeah. So, yeah, Gary was kind of like, but anyway, that's where,
Gary Youngerman was like, what?
he was just kind of.
Yeah, he's like, well, we don't have any money
I know.
to put money towards it. I'm sure that's what he was thinking.
Yeah, and, so anyway, but, no, I think we should we should go out into our towns and do some things. So I think, you know, having some barbecues at Camp Park and County Park and things like that.
So
I
what,
think.
so when is all this gonna take place?
It starts in April of 2020.
So the summer picnic season that hits every small town
Mhm.
in Cole County is all through the summer. So
Yeah, we
why
should-
not, why not try to coordinate doing something when the small picnics happen at every parish?
That's what I'm recommending.
So we wouldn't have to reinvent the wheel. We
Yeah.
we could get a Cole County 10 or something and, you know, have some stuff done that says, you know, we're celebrating our bicentennial and try to get a lot of people there where you already have people there and wouldn't really cost you a whole lot of anything.
Yeah, I'm having Osage Bend's ladies make a quilt. Did you get a copy of that quilt they did last summer with the Statue of Liberty and? So I'm gonna have them do a Cole County one with the courthouse and the county seal and the state seal and the American flag and then all of our towns around it. And I will buy it and we can display that and then maybe frame it and give it to the court, put it in the courthouse so that it'll be there for another 100 years. And they suggested we have them do two and raffle one off to cover it. And I said, I'll see if they want to do two.
You gonna do a painting too?
No, I'll have Carrie do that.
So would there be,
We have one at the health department. I think you should do one. Hang it in
I
your
think it's a neat
office.
idea to do a quilt. I don't know if you could just, you know, do an image of it or something and then maybe take the image and have it framed or something and maybe you could
Yeah.
sell multiple ones of those.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was really cool. Or just have somebody, maybe that's part of the contest too or something. That you have somebody make something that represents the whole county and you sell that art or something sell each one at a picnic or something.
It'd be
Which would be
nice
kinda
to
cool.
frame those and give one to each of our townships.
Yeah,
Present one to each of our townships.
each township or each,
Each municipality,
okay,
yeah,
lots of good stuff.
yeah, yeah. But it was not my idea to be black tie. Just so you know.
Is it black tie optional?
For $100, I think I could wear my swim trunks.
For $100 off, he doesn't want you to wear your swimming trunks.
I might wear a black tie, but I'm wearing my swim trunks too.
Didn't say you had to have anything else on?
It just says black tie.
And then you can put Cole County tattoo on your chest like what's his name in the Super Bowl. I'm not sure we'll be rocking the abs like he was.
I can get me an ab shirt.
I got a wash machine.
Maybe get me a
stomach
t-shirt
just
with
full of
the-
laundry.
Do we have anything else to come before?
So, let's see. No.
I mean,
No?
get me even a t-shirt with a black tie on it. Okay, nothing else?
Done.
I move we stand in recess till 4:30.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
10 o'clock, right on the button.